Did you know that by composting, we can reduce 1/3 of the waste from going into the landfill, plus create free fertilizer for our gardens? Composting is an aerobic process, which means microorganisms in the presence of air degrade the green material into a fertilizer rich in organic matter known as humus. All that you need to compost is a composter, a kitchen container, your green and brown waste, some air, and water. You can purchase a composter at the Halliburton landfill for a flat price of $39 during regular operating hours, credit and debit card accepted. You can also find instructions online on how to make your own composter. At your home, place the composter in a shady area, preferably on top of the soil. Put it in an accessible area, that way you're more likely to use it even during the wintertime. Use a container to collect the food waste from the kitchen. You can also reuse a yogurt tub for that. Keep it at a convenient location, that way you're reminded to use it every day. Your composter will work best if you use equal amounts of green and brown waste. Green materials from your kitchen include fruit and vegetable peels, eggshells, coffee grounds, coffee paper filters, and tea bags. From your garden, the green materials include fresh yard clippings, plants, and leaves. The brown material is rich in carbon and includes dried leaves or plants, straw, sawdust, sticks or twigs, and hair or fur. Start by putting in the biggest brown material at the bottom of the composter, then add equal amounts of green and brown materials. Mixing the materials will help minimize any odors and stop the pile from becoming slimy. A composter would work best when it has a lot of air inside of it, so occasionally you can use a shovel or a pitchfork to turn or stir the materials. That way you can ensure that there's ample of air inside the composter. Also, the pile needs to be as moist as a wrung out sponge, so you might need to add water occasionally, but don't overdo it. Here are some more tips to help you use the composter in a better way. Do not put any meat, dairy, or bread into your composter, as this might attract pests and insects. Do not add any chemicals or plant waste treated with chemicals into your composter. Cutting or shredding the material into smaller bits and pieces makes it easier to decompose. If you're correctly putting in equal amounts of green and brown waste and ensuring there's enough water and air in the composter, it can take anywhere around 8 to 12 weeks for the food waste to turn into a fertilizer rich in organic matter known as humus. You can now add the finished compost to your gardens. Just remember that it's not soil, it is really concentrated with all the nutrients, so you might need to dilute it with some soil to help the plants grow better. Remember that your efforts to compost make a huge difference. You're not just diverting organics from the landfill, saving the landfill space and helping the environment, but creating free fertilizers for yourself and giving your plants some organic nutrition. That's a win-win. Happy composting!